I'm Scott Conant, and this is The Spark and the Grind.
In this series, we're going to meet incredible people who embody what I call both the spark and the grind. The inspiration of coming up with the idea and then the execution of following through and making that idea a reality. The two together are a guaranteed recipe for success. I'm Erik Wahl, and this is The Spark and the Grind. Chapter 2, Attach Yourself to the Work. Scott Conant practically needs no introduction, a celebrity chef with regular appearances on Chopped. He owns and runs restaurants all across the country in New York, Las Vegas, and Miami. We caught up with him in his newest restaurant opening soon here in Los Angeles.
My name is Scott Conant. I'm a chef. I do all kinds of stuff, all kinds of fun stuff. I do some TV work on the Food Network. I'm a judge on a show called Chopped. I have a bunch of restaurants, the Ponte, which we're in right now, which opens this week here in Los Angeles. I have a restaurant called Mora in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm opening a new restaurant in New York City called Fusco, which is my grandmother's maiden name. And I get to cook and have fun and talk about food pretty much for a living. It's good times. I'm fooling everybody. Attaching myself to the work, to me, means that, work for me isn't what I do for a living. It's really kind of a lifestyle. I identify everything that I am and who I've become in life through my work. I've been very fortunate that I started as a dishwasher when I was 15 years old, and I worked very hard through a lot of passion, a lot of love, and a lot of grinding and a lot of luck as well to be able to put myself in a situation where that job has evolved and changed, and it's become something that I never thought it would ever be. I'm very fortunate that I get to live this life of food. I started at a really young age. I was 11 when I took my first classes. I went to a vocational school in Waterbury, Connecticut. So, what food was back then for me and what it's become through the years, through this series of travels and putting myself in different situations to continually learn, surround myself with great people so that I could learn from them and also teach them simultaneously. I mean, those are the things that are super important to me, because I want the customers who come into my restaurants to walk away with a sense of knowing me a little bit better by eating my food, if that makes sense. I think that the staff that I work with, I'm fortunate that they pursue that vision with me, for me, even when I'm not around. If I'm doing other things, if I'm working on cookbooks, I tap their sense of nostalgia sometimes and what Italian cuisine meant to them growing up, even if they're not Italian. And I think that's one of the best things for me doing this, is because, as I said, you get to learn and you get to teach simultaneously, and what's better than that? On a daily basis, I'm thinking about flavors, but I'm also thinking about hospitality. When I think of my grandmother, the way she would welcome people into her home, those are the things that inspire me inside restaurants. I want people to be greeted with that same sense of old world hospitality. Or there's a term in Italian called sprezzatura. Sprezzatura is the art of making the elegant look easy, or a certain nonchalance. And that's my biggest inspiration also. That being able to look at this tabletop, it's so simple, but there's an elegance to it. Capturing that and having that speak without hammering it home, that's what I love about this business. People can attach themselves to their work in a meaningful way by dedicating yourself to it, and understand that there's also a time to quit. There's also a time to take a step back. Focus on the things that you love. It took a long time for me to identify the things that I love beyond just my work. When I had kids, that's when I really started to notice that there's love outside of my own narcissistic ways. So I think that identifying the true pleasures in life and the things that make you happy. Sometimes I'll just jump in my car and go for a long drive and just space out, zone out for a while. That makes me happy, and it gives me, it's another form of meditation of sorts, where it brings me back into myself and it helps me identify the things that I love most.